Welcome to the Intimidation Hour.
I am Tim Harrington.
And I am Tim Miller.
Prepare
to be intimidated.
intimidated.
Hello, everybody. This is the larger of the two Tims coming at you with another Intimidation Hour. This is installment number 3. Mr. Harrington.
All right, I'm the smaller version of the two. And we have a special guest on tonight, our first special guest. Let's all welcome up Zach Byrd. All right.
Going on, motherfuckers.
Now, I think Zach Byrd was meant for this show because it's the Intimidation Hour. Shit can get crazy.
And this is probably the most crazy motherfucker that we know and that you'll ever hear of.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Zach. Let the world know who Zach Byrd is.
Well, let's see. I'm a jack of all trades. I love stamp collecting. And I like pigeons in the park. I like getting searched by the Canadian border. I one time urinated on a fucking grave. Just a bunch of. Oh yeah, I lost my virginity in a grave too.
Nice.
So yeah, it's awesome, and that's a little bit about me. Of course, I do a little wrestling. I do a little guitar playing. Not that shit means anything, but fuck it.
It's fucking awesome.
Oh well.
All the way from Spokane, man. That's awesome.
Came just for the Intimidation Hour. And God damn it, talking about waking the dead. Jesus Christ, Mr. Zach.
It's what I do best. Fuck it.
That's awesome. Now, Tim Miller and myself with Zach Byrd were in a band together years ago, a little band called Sobriety Assist.
That's right.
Good times.
Yeah, it was a lot of alcohol consumed, a lot of circle jerk going on, and it was just kind of very, very, I remember waking up Mike with like a plethora of beer cans.
Oh man, yeah.
And a bunch of shit. Like I made this video one time of it was typo negative. And it was No. It was it started off with the Yellow Submarine and went through all these slides of Mike sleeping. And then it was almost like a dream sequence, like we put some porn in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you remember.
Fuck, I remember that.
We put some porn in it. It's like, what does Mike think of when he sleeps?
That's awesome.
Don't worry, folks. It was not homemade porn. It was a sausage fest. We stole this from the internet.
Yeah, because, we're pretty much losers. But, yeah, we fucking, at the end of it, Cannibal Corpse comes on, and it's like a picture of Ellis doing this fucking weird face, and Joe mooning Tim or Mike.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It was just funny, It was all in good fun.
And for all of you who don't know who Cooter is, for our listeners abroad, think of a crazy, crazy redneck who once had a mohawk. His nickname, aside from Cooter, is Mo Hick. It was blue at one point, and it was great. Crazy, crazy,
fucking
crazy motherfucker.
And by the way, folks, this is the very first Intimidation Hour where we actually have a sponsor, and it is called fucking Fireball.
Fucking Fireball.
And Jack Daniels. Oh, and other drinks on our agenda this evening are Pabst Blue Ribbon and Budweiser. Free advertisement, folks. Free advertisement.
You can pay us later.
Yeah, folks, if you want to put some advertising on our show, let us know. Fuck yeah, that'd be awesome.
What are we going to talk about, boys?
Well, first, I was going to tell you, Zach, a little story about our abomination we like to call Justin Bieber. I was on Facebook a couple days ago, and I saw a post. It's a picture of Justin Bieber, and it said, quote from Justin Bieber, "I am the today's Kurt Cobain generation, but nobody understands me." So he pretty much said that he's Kurt Cobain in our generation. What do you think about it? I think that's so... Why is he not fucking dead? That's horrible.
All right, folks. listen up. If you guys are ever going to listen to this, I know the millions and millions of people have already had this thing, but being on this radio show, there's a certain thing called like subliminal messaging, and I'm gonna use it so I don't get in trouble. It's like it should be very, it's illegal to go out on a public radio show and say, I want to kill Justin Bieber. Because that's totally illegal. That's totally messed up. But it's very it's very illegal to say to somebody out there, I really hope someone kills Justin Bieber. I just it's nothing subliminal. I mean it's just totally off the cuff. We're not supposed to be making threats, but killing Justin Bieber. Let me rephrase that. Killing Justin Bieber has been on the mind of America all the time, and killing Justin Bieber, is it's a quaint thought. It's quaint, real, but I really think a mortar launcher. You don't want to use a mortar launcher to pull off this trick.
Oh, of course not.
And you don't want to stalk him in the middle of the night. You don't want to be like Bjork's fucking stalker and just make a video of yourself and paint it and be on fucking LSD and all this shit, and then go up to him and just like rub against him and then put a bullet in his head. I mean, no subliminal messaging whatsoever.
Of course not.
If anybody out there, I would hate to have that happen. But it's like today's Kurt Cobain. Yeah, folks, subliminal messaging. Do not kill Justin Bieber.
No,
Justin
don't do it.
Bieber.
Actually, that brings us on to a whole nother topic of interesting things. Things that, by all means, folks, we definitely do not wish to happen. I think we should get going on a subject of who we most definitely don't want to die a horrible, painful death, and we most definitely should describe the ways that we definitely don't think that they should die.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Horribly, and because everybody knows that we should not kill Justin Bieber.
Because that would be so fucking horrible. Here's another fucked up thing he said. He is, I think our friend Mike Hendricks is telling us that he is better than Led Zeppelin, better than the Beatles, right?
There's an interesting fact out there, and I saw this thing on YouTube, and it's very disappointing. It's called Top 10 Disturbing Facts About Pop Music. And
I think I
the
saw
one,
that
yeah, the one statistic, I don't know exactly because I was just fucking horrified. Justin Bieber, as sad as it is, has sold more albums than Jimi Hendrix.
Fuck. What the fuck? Wow.
That was a statistic. I don't know verbatim. You'll have to check it out. It's on top 10 things on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, to have a throwback to our last show, installment number 2, in my little rant regarding the dumbing down of the American civilization, yeah, this kind of plays right back at that. What the fuck, people?
Jesus Christ.
In Justin Bieber's case, I guess, Hollywood needs a lot of blue boys. So, I guess he fits right in. And he sure fucking sings like he's a fucking blue boy and, like, taking it up the ass.
Fucking worst thing in the music, man. Jesus Christ.
He is the representation of public castration by music. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
When I hear it, I feel my balls being chopped off. I mean, for God's sake, wasn't it? I think there's lyrics out there like, come up to the edge of a mountain and chop it down with the edge of my hand. That's fucking man music right there. Thank you, Jimmy.
Jimmy.
But what is this? Hi, I'm a gay fan. Hi, everybody. Hi, slit your wrists for me. Oh.
That's another one I fucking hate is like this glorification of these emo bands.
It gets
I
so fucking
really
annoying, yeah.
like, it's, pretty much the whole album. And I'm not going to name bands, but they're out there and you know who you are. You know, I think the funniest thing I ever seen was Ultimate Warrior had a show where he was going to train a couple people, and the people that he trained, this is on YouTube, was Asking Alexandria. And it's kind of funny because both groups are pieces of shit. Thank you. Asking Alexandria, it's like the music sucks, and then you have Ultimate Warrior, which is like a fucking pumped up, asshole, and he's gonna try to teach these people about discipline.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing is just Asking Alexandria getting their asses kicked. Is like fucking, they're like rolling around up and down this fucking parking lot with chains, and one of the guitarists, the fucking fingers like hanging off of him because he had to have it restitched in. And I'm just thinking, wow, like Ultimate Warrior must be an asshole, but I commend him on this one, because they're just a bunch of fucking emo pricks.
Yeah, it's sad how horrible today's music is. Now, Mr. Miller, you're starting your own music productions, you're DJing and stuff, and
That's right, Hendler Music Productions.
Unfortunately, you have to deal with this. You gotta play dubstep. You gotta play hip hop.
I have, and honestly, you've seen me sitting here in the living room because I can't. When you're a professional DJ, you have to cater a lot to what other people want to hear, and unfortunately, the music that I've been researching, and I find myself cringing at the thought that I'm actually going to have to be the one that plays this because I am so anti so much of this music.
Yeah,
it literally hurts me every single time I have to waste my money on iTunes or any other place where I'm getting this music because you can't just download it illegally and play it. They'll search your ass.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to make my entire music collection legal, which, folks, I am doing. I have to waste my hard-earned money from my other full-time job right now just so I can download bullshit tracks that are contributing to the dumbing of today's society, at least in American culture. Thanks a whole fucking lot for having no taste, you stupid jackasses.
I hope you fuckers are proud of yourselves, man.
Well, here's my take on it. Here's my god honest take: is every style of music has the good and the bad.
Oh yeah.
It's like, as far as like dubstep, I will admit I do like some of the stuff because you have people on YouTube. It's like you can actually play that shit on guitar if you have like a 8-string guitar and whatnot. It is really good to jam to, and I've found that, but there's also some other shit that's just bullshit on it. It's just I do think we all agree. It's just that the stuff that is crammed down the throats. It's like you have Chris Brown, the Rihanna.
Oh man.
You have these fucking cookie cutter turds that come out of fucking Hollywood who suck the dick of some record executive at Capitol Records or
That's
something.
That's how it goes, yeah.
And you fucking it's like they're shoved down our throats. Like Chris Brown was on Good Morning America, and he had like a big old fiasco. He beat the shit out of Rihanna, and all of a sudden, Good Morning America is pushing this guy. Fucking, there's clips of him on YouTube and TMZ of getting into it with a fucking valet guy, and it's like, wow, when you're in a band and whatnot, it's like, all right, you really want to be fucking signed? Do you really want to fucking be in the mix of these assholes, or do you want to just go the independent route?
Yeah.
Where it's totally on your own. It's some of the bands that are out right now. What I think Los Angeles fails to realize is that there's a lot of independent outlets for artists now that wasn't out there, hence YouTube, hence SoundCloud, hence all these other things. And most of the time on those things, you'll find a lot more interesting music out there that are not signed and sucking somebody's dick to get $1 million fucking dollars, and their music is shit.
It is amazing nowadays how easy it is to make your own shit. I mean, like with T-shirts, fucking spray paint. That's an idea to make your own shit. Today's programs, Pro Tools. It's amazing how easy it is. And honestly, me being in a band, that's the route I want to go down. Now, it would be bitching to play a fucking arena. That'd be awesome. But ultimately, it's, it feels best, and independent is, do it yourself. I like going down that road, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the good and the bad, as once again a throwback to our other show, and we were talking about the whole illegal to use an X-ray machine to X-ray your foot, and then we were talking about X-ray vision for fitting women's dresses. Yes, folks, we talk about all this shit. I recommend you watch the other 2 installments as well. But kind of, it really, really does go along with that, because you get the good and the bad. Kind of like a gynecologist, is a throwback to our other show. You see some really great, and then you see some really horrifying, gross, grotesque, mortifying kind of shit.
What happens if your mom comes in and you gotta... Is that possible?
I've always wondered that. Do gynecologists' mothers go to them if they have an issue? I mean, what if he discovers like an STD and he knows for a fact his father is not cheating on her,
right,
and is clean and all that kind of stuff? That means he just found out firsthand that his mom is screwing somebody else.
Oh, man.
I think that would be the point where it'd be like, get another fucking doctor, bitch.
Yeah. Shit.
I'm not looking at your fucking cooter. I'm not looking at the fucking curtains that I went through this world in. Fucking hell.
It's curtains for you. It's curtains.
Oh man, that would suck.
The hanging fucking grilled cheese sandwich that pulled me fucking through.
Fuck.
Zach Byrd, everybody.
Zach Byrd.
Motherfucking Byrd.
Oh man. So Zach, you guys are in town for the weekend, huh?
Yeah, it's not even for Apple Blossom, because I kind of forgot about it. They have like the same shit.
Fucking hate Apple Blossom, dude.
Here's the thing: it's like they've pretty much killed Apple Blossom. There's no cruising anymore. There's no, it's now it's like Reagan's wet dream, where everything's all conservative, everything's all proper, and the cops don't want to work, so they're gonna fucking shut down the avenue, even though that was the bread and butter and the whole fucking point of coming to fucking Apple Blossom. It wasn't to listen to the fucking the cover bands,
Oh yeah, down at the park.
Yeah, it's like fucking. You have at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I've seen this, and in fact, I knew the person that was up there because she was from Moses Lake, and it was about like 7 years ago. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. There's this girl up there, and she's singing cover country songs, and everybody's going along with this, and I'm just going, okay, obviously everybody is gone. Obviously, this chick is not drawing pretty well, And obviously this fucking sucks. So why is this shit even going on?
And people don't know why. You know, it's Apple Blossom when we got to go down and listen to these fucking bands. You know, and it's horrible. People don't know why they do it. They just go down there and do it. You know,
kind of like a train wreck.
Exactly.
For all of you people who are not sure what the hell Apple Blossom is, let me give you a quick education of what it was and what it is currently. What it was initially started with a whole bunch of people cruising down our little avenue, showing off their cars in kind of a parade. It since, at one point, has transcended into, from that point, it went to basically our Wenatchee version of Mardi Gras. We're talking live music, strange people running around in costumes with beads, getting flashed. There's all kinds of stuff. We have wings and wheels, where people show off their airplanes, where people show off their vehicles and the things that they've done. It was basically 2 weeks of solid get down and party in our town. Currently, they've basically turned it into a policed state. Wenatchee turns into a complete police state. There's almost more police officers driving around than there are actual people driving around,
amazing,
because
yeah.
they've tried to limit it so much, which takes away. I'm not saying it's a great idea to go flash your titties, but because I'm a
Yeah.
of course, everybody knows from our last show our last 2 shows that I'm a very big fan of tits. So,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a terrible, terrible idea. If you wanted to show me your tits, if you happen to recognize me and see who I am on the street and felt like showing me your tits, I'm not saying you should do that. Yeah. Uh-huh. I figured I'd try that out.
Oh man,
see what it was like to be Zach Byrd for a moment.
yeah.
But basically,
in the
they
life.
sucked all the fun out of it. They've sucked all the revenue from so many businesses out of it. The only thing that actually makes money anymore is the food fair, which, yeah, there's some great stuff, but every year prices on everything goes up by like $1 or $2. I went down there and there was a sandwich on sale for like 20 fucking bucks. What the hell? I walked around and I was like, okay, so there's a bunch of teeny boppers walking around in clothes that are way too small, and buying shit that is $20 for a sandwich. I mean, what the fuck?
And folks, the sandwich doesn't do sexual favors, so it's completely fucking
It'd be a lot
worthless.
cooler if it did, huh?
Yeah, you got to put that. I mean, we go from Apple Blossom where people are showing their tits for free to now you have to pay $20 for a fucking sandwich. Do you know you could actually go to a hooker and get a blowjob for $20? What do you want more, a blowjob or a fucking sandwich?
And ultimately, it was the fucking asshole bastards that ruined it for everybody.
Well, yeah.
You know?
It was like fucking shit was flourishing. I mean, people got fucking stupid, which, is bound to happen, but that's why the fucking cops were there. It was for, security, people. And it's like 2 days out of the fucking year.
Yeah.
That shit gets really fucking, wired.
It was awesome, dude. Fucking, you hit the town at probably about 8, 9 o'clock, bar hop on the avenue. People fucking everywhere, dude. It was fucking awesome.
I remember, and here's the impact of it. I was working at the gas station during one Apple Blossom, and for Apple Blossom they had 4 people on the shift, right?
Jesus.
And that was because the gas station that I worked at was at the tail end of where everybody turned around to cruise. So everybody got gas and everybody got drinks and, all that stuff. And it was bigger than fucking Christmas for that gas station.
Oh, yeah.
The gas station made a lot of money. And to where they could afford like a 4-person crew. That was the first year I did it. The second year, they had all this legislation. They had all this, the bullshit with the fucking avenue. And the first year, we had to close the gas station actually down. We had to shut all the lights off because, people kept on coming. And we had to,
you guys pretty much ran out of everything, pretty much.
Well, no, it's like our main concern was the alcohol.
Oh yeah,
you have to cut it off at like 2:00. Well, there's
Right.
people like as early as like 1:30 trying to get fucking booze, and on top of that, you have all these drunk assholes that are coming in at like 1:30 wanting to do, and we have to figure something else out, you know. And but all in well, that was fine.
I am one of those drunk assholes.
I know
I
you
was
were there
there
that
too.
night. I know you were there that night. You know, but here's the thing: it's like we were making money that night, and then the next year, we, you know, the same plan. There's 4 people. We had to have the 2 other people go home before 11:00.
Shit.
And there was no reason to close the place down because no one was fucking coming. It was fucking dead. And I can only imagine that we weren't the only fucking business that was hit by that. But, you know, it's like, you know, here you go, Wenatchee. Here's the apple blossom that you've always, you know, cummed in your pants thinking about, and then you finally got it, and, you know, it's like
It's so sad now.
Can, sleep well at night, you know.
And it's more of a fucking burden now because there's nothing fun to do. There's massive cops. It sucks. I fucking hate it.
Yeah, and basically back to the food court, which is the same area where they're playing all this live music and such like that, and the capitalistic bullshit that's going on. I notice, for the most part, people are idiots. However, there's a lot of smart people in one aspect. All right, so you go to the food fair and they're charging $4 or $5 for a fucking soda.
Jesus.
Yeah, no. I went around. I've priced some of this shit out in anticipation of this show, and I was looking $4 or $5 for a fucking soda.
Wow.
And a lot of people, there's this little intersection because there's a mini mart, the Plaza Superjet, that is right across the street from the food court.
Yeah.
So you have this constant fucking stream of people going back and forth to the plaza just so they can get an actual decent priced 89-cent soda.
Right.
Which is smart, but it's also a pain in the ass if you're a motorist because, honestly, you can't get through that fucking intersection. If you're trying to go to work, no, you just got to sit there and wait for a fucking half an hour, fucking half an hour to go across a fucking crosswalk. Jesus Christ. What the hell? Food fair people, be more responsible. Make your drinks better priced because, number one, it'll make you more money on soda because you ain't selling it anyway. Number two, you'll be better off serving Wenatchee by lowering the shit so you can clear up that crosswalk so people ain't going back and forth all the time. If our Apple Blossom has turned into a citywide, it's for the community thing. Well, you know what? If it's for the communities, drop your capitalistic bullshit for a little bit and lower your drink costs so we can get around in our fucking city. You're just trying to make money like everybody else, you dicks.
It sucks, man. Fuck Apple Blossom.
Well, here's the thing. It's like, all right, I could get past the food booth. You know, it's fine. You know, most of them are extensions of the restaurants that they have, so fine. You know, it's like I still think they're way fucking overpriced, but you know the noodles that you have down there, I actually fucking like. You know, I'll you know I will pay that much for that single one. It's just, and to be honest, it's better than fucking McDonald's. You know, but I do agree, it's like $5 for a fucking soda. It's like now you're fucking pushing it.
Yeah.
The humorous part is because you can actually go to a lot of these businesses that are here locally. Why the fuck go to the food fair if you're just going for one thing? You can go to the actual business that is in town and get the same shit for less money.
You know what's hilarious? There's people, you know, they go on their lunch break to the food fair. Okay, you get out of work at 12. You have half hour for lunch. You go there, you spend fucking 15 minutes trying to find a parking spot. You spend another 15 minutes or 20 or so trying to find some food. And then you gotta haul ass back to work. It's fucking stupid, man.
Well, you know, that's the nature of it. Everybody's like, you know, not a lot of shit happens in Wenatchee. So it's like, you know, a fucking, you know, if a dust cloud blows the right way, you know, people will fucking,
they'll be in awe.
follow it.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because, I mean, little things that you big city folks are used to, like the simple fact that a strip club could exist, doesn't bug you. You're used to it being there, or you frequent it, as I would. If a strip club came to Wenatchee, it would totally mess up the entire fucking valley. People would be abuzz. We live in an old boy society here in Wenatchee. All kinds of rules, and if you start the wrong kind of business, then your ass is going to be thrown out of the community in a fucking heartbeat. And I think Mr. Byrd has something to add and say about that.
So, I think it is a good thing that Wenatchee doesn't have a strip club. Here's the reason. We don't have the, well, Cooter's one of them.
Shit.
Both are, and the only one way, man, just like, you just imagine, like, him going there and somebody yells, nigger, and him fucking freaking out, But who fucking said that? He's getting like a lap dance, all of a sudden somebody yells, hey, nigger! Fucking throws the stripper off. But here's the reason, it's like, Wenatchee is not that populated.
Yeah.
And almost everybody's related. So it's like
No
if
shit.
you go to a strip club and all that stuff, and you're getting a lap dance, maybe there's a slight chance you're related.
Yeah.
Cousin
I can see
Hilda,
that happening.
man, you got some nice tits.
This feels wrong, but I'm just gonna stay here and just go with it. Yeah. It's wrong, but fuck, just gonna go with it. I'm here. Might as well stay.
The fucking, the DJ is the father,
Shit.
It's like fucking, I can only see it. It's like being at a fucking Beverly Hillbillies strip joint.
Yeah.
Brings a whole new meaning to the term family affair.
Family affair. Oh man.
Shit.
That would be interesting. A fucking strip club in Wenatchee, man. Put it in the old men's building, dude.
If you can't find him, he'll be here.
He might be your cousin, but he'll be here.
And he'll get the milk on the way fucking home.
Fucking Cooter. Shit. Yeah, that's Apple Blossom, and it sucks, folks.
Well, I read another news story that, Wenatchee Wild might lose their lease on the town Toyota Center.
Awesome.
I kind of have mixed feelings about that. It's like, all right, I work, they do generate a lot of money for the community, and they, they're seen, but fuck them, they didn't fucking rehire me, so I could give a fuck less.
There you go.
Fuck your bitch asses. You didn't rehire me, bastards.
God, I wish
I'm a fucking bus driver.
I wish they brought some big acts in there, man.
Well, didn't you guys have, like, I've been out of the loop. Didn't you guys have, like, Jeff Dunham?
Yeah, that was
Center?
in March. Leonard Skinner was here a couple of months
At least
ago.
they're fucking trying. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I worked there, and there was like a bunch of, rumblings and just a bunch of bullshit. And they're like, we can't pay off the fucking arena. We can't pay off the arena. Well, let's see. Who have you had in there in the last 5 years? Well, we've had some recycled acts. We've had a hockey team that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
We've had an arena football team that really sucked and didn't draw like a lot of money, and fuck it, we're gonna have all the the citizens pay for this arena, so we're all fucking good,
Didn't fucking Charlie Sheen have a part in that? Isn't he?
Charlie Sheen?
Yeah, I think it's Charlie Sheen, man. He like bought part of it or some shit.
That's the first I've heard of it. I've heard that Charlie Sheen has I did hear that there has been some sightings of him, and the what's the bassist from Guns N' Roses?
Oh,
Duff McKagan.
there you go.
He's been sighted around.
Oh yeah,
Wenatchee.
He's got a house around here. Yeah.
That'd be weird that Charlie Sheen would buy in the town Toyota Center, but you know, it's I can only imagine that, you know, now that if that's true, that the town's Toyota Center would be the big motherfucking, you know, bachelor pad for him.
Oh yeah.
He would just like get in like a bunch of, you know, fucking weird shit and, you know, a donkey to boot, you know.
You know what I wish they had in this fucking town is me and Mr. Miller were talking about this a couple nights ago. A place where, you know, there's jazz music, fucking swing music. Man,
that's right. We were talking about a club I had in mind called Cafe Rouge. Is basically a music mecca. Something with a little bit of class, which is probably the sole reason why I wouldn't start it in this valley.
Shit.
Cooter. Fucking Cooter. Cooter. Fucking Cooter.
Cooter ruined this town for us.
God damn it. You know, upstairs you have, you know, a couple of pool tables. You have a big, you know, nice stage. You have a good couple of chefs making really nice, solid food. You got some low-key jazz playing, there's some swing nights, things of that nature. Bring back a little bit of dancing with education, i.e. not just I'm going to grab your ass and move around in a circle. Downstairs, you could do another part and actually have a learning facility via arts. You would have soundproof rooms with teachers coming in to educate young minds downstairs so that you can have people getting interested in dry media, wet media. You could have music teachers coming in, teaching the youth how important music actually is. It's a fact. There's been many studies done about the improvement of a young mind when they're educated with music. It stimulates growth in who they are. Music is becoming a lost thing. It's become, in so many scholastic environments, a throwaway thing that isn't being taught nearly as much. Instead, they're focusing on learning other languages, specifically Spanish. Okay, number one, yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to be bilingual in a business sense in a lot of areas, but and I have nothing against the Hispanic culture. There's actually a lot of beauty in it. However, you're expecting me to learn another language from another country because we have other people that refuse to learn it when they come here illegally or illegally. Something doesn't seem right there. If I go to another country, I do my damnedest to try to learn their language because that's what they speak. I'm a visitor of their country, not vice versa. I don't expect them to speak English because I do. I'm going to their place.
Elementary school, Lewis and Clark, I guess, to advance to the middle school, you got to know Spanish. That's Lewis and Clark. That's elementary school here. Isn't that amazing?
So we're being forced to learn it as opposed to having it be an option.
Yeah, pretty much.
I just want to learn German.
Yeah.
You know,
that would fit you, man. Definitely. Hell yeah.
That way, if like, you know, if it ever comes down to the point where we're mandated to have like a second language, you know, I might as well, you know, I might as well sound like a, you know, an old relic from the World War II era, because, you know, fuck 'em.
Do you guys hear down in Arizona?
Das Boot!
Down in Arizona,
German I need to know.
to graduate, you have to say the Pledge of Allegiance stuff. So they're pretty much saying that atheists
Fuck that.
can't, you know, get their. It's so fucking stupid, man. It is fucking stupid.
You know, I've been hearing, you know, the things on Facebook and whatnot. It says like, Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, yada yada. I recited this every morning before school. You know, I also did, but mine went a little bit different. You know, it's like, I pledge allegiance to the flag. Fuck, I'm tired. You know the rest.
And you know, kids, they don't know why they have to do it. You know, I never fucking did it.
Another one was that I pledge allegiance to the flag. I think my teacher's on the rag.
Amen.
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 You know, and we might, and by all means, if you feel like making a comment and leaving it, we'd love to hear what you
God,
have to
please
say
do.
just about anything. However, I don't have a problem slandering little bits of this United States. That doesn't make me a traitor. It makes me nostalgic for when the United States of America was actually a fucking real country with balls.
Oh man.
you know, it's I if in case you guys are listening to this and are thinking if you're offended in any type of way, I would just like to say from the bottom of my heart that I don't care and I just don't give a shit. You know, if you're turning this off right now, yeah, you know, it's like no sweat off my back. So
Yeah, that's
fuck you.
who we are, man. This is the Intimidation Hour. We have freedom, dude. We can talk about what the fuck we want.
Yes, we do. And by the
That is
way, if
nice.
you are thinking about turning off our show, you should definitely turn on a dose of Buckley. We have no affiliation with this guy whatsoever, but he shares a lot of our same views, and he's Canadian. Wow.
Shit.
Canadians fucking rules.
Now, did you get
shout out to Slave?
you got searched at the border
Slave.
or
I got searched at the border.
shit?
I got searched. I was doing a wrestling show. It was the first time up there. It was for Thrash Wrestling, and I did it for Penticton. And I've been up to Canada before, and I never encountered anything like this fucking intense. I was going with my friend Ronnie Angel and Danny Knighton, or Danny Nightmare, kayfabe, and we were going up there, and we had bought like TC had bought like a fifth of liquor, a fifth of vodka at the duty free shop, and we go through, and the guard at the border is like, you know, wants our passports, wants our licenses and whatnot, and we tell them why we're going up there, and they're looking confused. It's like, you're going to a wrestling show? Oh, well, yeah, we're gonna be on it. You need to pull in. All right, so we pull in, and we're just sitting there, and they get us. They call us one by one. They ask us, why are we there? Why are we doing? And it finally gets up to me, you know, and they're asking me, why are you here? And I tell them, well, we're going to a wrestling show. And they were like, you seem really nervous.
Wow.
And I'm like, well, yeah, because, you know, this is a little bit much, and this is a little bit intense. And, all right, we're going to search your car. If you have anything on it, if the dog sniffs anything, we're going to rip panels
Jesus
off.
Christ.
And I'm like, all right, you go for it. You know, there's nothing on there, but, you know, feel free. They then proceed to take the dog, and they went through everything. Like, they wanted to fucking find something. They had the dog, like, go in my front seat, my back seat. They pulled up the trunk. They had the dog fucking go in the damn trunk,
Jesus.
sniff in. They pulled the fucking hood up. They put the fucking hood up.
Wow.
They had the dog standing on my fucking engine, sniffing for shit.
Now this is going into Canada.
Yeah, this is going into Canada.
Fuck.
And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? You know, this is like,
Yeah,
what
it's-
did you guys do? Because it was my first time going there for a wrestling show.
Mm-hmm.
And the one part of it was there was, you know, this female cop, and he or she, you know, she finds a Google map that we printed to get to the place.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes up, she's standing there, she holds the sign up, and she's like, what's this?
Wow.
And I'm like, that's the place that we're going to. And it says the Royal Legion Hall. It's like, yeah, that's where the wrestling events being held. And like, we're gonna take a closer look at this. Fucking
Damn.
45 minutes that we had, like, wasted. And, you know, it's like they searching my car, they're searching my car, not finding a goddamn thing. And finally they let us through. But it was just like, and the weird part was like when we came back, it was at 3 o'clock at night, and it's just we get back to the American side. Oh, what were you guys doing up there? Oh, we were just wrestling. Oh, awesome! Well, I gotta check your trunk. Checks our trunk, closes it. Have a nice day.
Jesus.
That's
so,
fucked
so
up,
basically, what it is they're guarding shit from going into their country. But in case you're all wondering, as far as I still know, weed is pretty much still legal in Canada. So they don't really care about what comes into the United States, which supposedly where they're friends and all that kind of stuff. They don't really give a flying fuck about what comes in. They just care, they don't give a flying fuck about what comes out of their country. They just give a flying fuck about what comes in their country.
Right.
Well, the American side does have their bullshit too. I have been searched on both sides. Just the first time was just a little bit much. Again, my friend Ronnie Angel, he was coming back from a show in Canada, and he had a American flag that he went up there. It was just it was a part of the gig. He had an American flag in the back of his trunk, and what he told, from what he told me, was that the guard saw that it wasn't folded properly.
Oh fuck!
And was like, "You need to fold this properly. I could get you for fucking treason and all this other bullshit." And it was just like, "No, you fucking can't."
Fold it properly.
Which brings me back to our last show, Mr. Harrington. If you recall, we were talking about the flag. Apparently, in somewhere it is illegal to paint polka dots on a flag, but it is actually fucking legal to burn it. Yet they're worried about folding it properly. I can burn the motherfucker if I want to. Not that I'm an advocate of that.
Oh, my favorite's dropping it.
We can fucking burn that shit in the United States, and they're freaking out about folding it correctly. Ain't that some strange shit? It's just weird ways to control you, people. Weird ways to control you.
Fuck. My favorite was I had stolen this American flag and I wrote "Made in China" on it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hell yeah.
That pretty much sums it up right there. Fuck. Oh, man. No, yeah, our last topic was the weird laws in Washington State. I think later on we're going to get into weird laws in the United States, and I'm pretty sure there's some fucked up ones out there.
There's a bunch of fucked up ones. I could tell you right now, California, you'd do another fucking show on the state of California.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
A whole fucking show, folks. A whole fucking show.
Yeah.
You'd have to rename the show for that one, the Intimidation Happy Hour.
There you go.
Because it'll fucking go more than a fucking hour.
Yeah.
And you have to be drunk to listen or do the show.
Or totally be in denial and live in California and be like, no, that's, we love, paying higher taxes, and we love, all the dumb shit that we do because we're Hollywood, and I'm Justin Bieber, and I
that little fuck, man.
Yeah.
I mean, California. What's their main attractions? They have beaches and they have Alcatraz.
No. Here's the thing. I love California. I love LA. When I was down there last summer, it was just. Don't get me wrong. It's awesome. I got spotlighted by a fucking chopper while I was walking through the hood.
Jesus.
I was like, wow, this is fucking LA, dude.
Yeah. Now, Zach, you've been all over the country. What would you say your favorite state?
My favorite state would be it's a toss-up. It's actually a toss-up between Texas and California. With California's fucking all of California's flaws and shit.
Yeah.
It's just kind of I really liked it down there. I don't know what it's like to live down there. I've never lived down there, but it's the place is flourishing. Another one would be Texas, just because there's jobs down there.
Man, LA traffic is a bitch. Fuck.
One of the other great, humongously fantastic things that I think about living in California, if you're in a ghetto kind of area, if you're ever trying to do like a song and dance routine, or put on a movie, things of that nature. All you really have to do is do something really embarrassing and crazy looking in the middle of the street for about a half an hour.
Oh yeah.
And the choppers will come and they'll spotlight you. You can add to your show. All you have to do is go out in the middle of the street, do something fucked up, not totally illegal, but just fucked up looking. Choppers will come and highlight your ass, and then you can start filming your shit. It's great. It's like a free prop.
I would love to be spotlighted, man. That would be fucking awesome. That's one of my goals in life, man. Be spotlighted.
I think it was. I loved Hollywood Boulevard because here's what you saw: bong shop,
There you go.
smoke shop, hookah bar, strip joint,
Nice.
and then you cross the street, bong shop, smoke shop, liquor store,
Shit.
a bar, and a hookah bar. You cross the street, then they change it up. It's a hookah shop, a smoke shop, a liquor store, a bar, and then a, Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Well, I think they have all this stuff because they're just depressed that the governor is no longer in
Governor.
charge.
Know what I hated down there? We went on vacation. We went on Hollywood Boulevard, and I hate the fucking where they take you on tours, man. And they really push you to get on the tour, and they won't fucking leave you alone, man.
You know
That
the
pisses
weird
me off.
part about that is that they don't go where the fucking metro buses don't. Like, if you ride the fucking metro up there, you can go anywhere that the fucking the tour goes.
Yeah.
It's no brainer.
Which I think is a humorous thing because if they're putting so much pressure on you to take the tour, I mean, you got this guy coming out. He's like, get on the fucking bus.
Yeah.
Get on the fucking bus, man. Come on, take the tour. Get on the fucking bus.
Well, they don't take no
And
for
you're
an
like, but I
answer.
want to
Yeah.
I want to take the metro where there's an annoying guy announcing stupid shit that I already know. No, you have to ride with us. Get on the fucking bus. 17 militiamen come out.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's like when I was walking down, it's, hey man, I'll be looking at a fucking map, like one of the star maps, and the guy will come up, hey man, I got this tour and whatnot, we go past Ozzy Osbourne's house, we go past Alicia Keys' house, we have all this other stuff, and we take you to the Hollywood sign, and I'm like, that's cool, but I'd rather just walk the strip. It's pretty interesting. Well, it's like we're having this deal to where we can get you on at like half price, but the bus leaves in 10 minutes. Like, no,
Fuckers.
I'm good. You're sure? It's like now maybe if they asked me where Justin Bieber lived,
Yeah.
I'd take it up.
Oh yeah. dude.
But
Fuck yeah.
Not to say he feels like killing
course
Justin Bieber. 'cause
Of course
he doesn't.
not.
He does not want to see Justin Bieber dead.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a
that'd
big
be horrible.
fan.
Oh man, fucking Justin Bieber.
I'm like Charles Manson. I'm your biggest fan.
Oh
I want to convert you.
man.
I want to get in your head and make you do what I say, and then I'll finally have respect for you. But until then, you just suck.
Justin Bieber meets G.G. Allen.
That might be another interesting topic because, all right, Charlie Manson is still in jail and still doing his thing and all that kind of stuff. My question is, what about the other people in the cells that have been around him? What
Oh,
about
man.
the people that have come, he's been there, and then they go? What kind of influence has he had on their life? That's what we need to research. I want to know about the prison system itself that he is in. What about his cellmates?
We never hear about that stuff.
It's called a bitch slap in a cornhole. There you go.
No, that would be interesting, man. I would definitely like to check that out.
I wrote this song in 1967. It's called "Squeal Like a Pig," bitch.
You know what? Some chick actually came up to me one time, said, "I want to pull a Deliverance on you." Like, wow.
Was this in Wenatchee?
It was Wenatchee, yeah. It was fucking
Go
amazing.
fucking figure.
ding, 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 ding.
Oh, man.
Was she gonna like strap on, get like a certain appendix and just?
She seemed determined, and I was like, Oh.
Was she homeless?
No.
Good Lord.
You would think. Shit.
All right, so I want to revisit real quick a thing I had earlier in the show that I think we should go into. People we definitely don't want to die.
Right.
Anybody got a list, a name that they actually have that they, somebody that they really wish would definitely not die?
Oh man.
Shall we let Byrd
Yeah.
kick this one off?
Absolutely.
I bet you there's at least one person aside from Justin Bieber that he would actually like to see not die.
Yeah, the motherfucker who signed Justin Bieber.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You gave birth to this abomination here, but we don't want to see you die.
Fucking hang him up on a stick and have everybody worship him, fucker.
Oh, man, I know there's a lot for me. I don't... Fuck. How about you, Mr. Miller? I'm still thinking about this one.
All right, well, I'll see if I can't kick something off of, somebody who I gotta say, somebody who I really don't think should die would be our president.
Oh, there you go.
I'll start right up at the top saying, man, we should really make sure that he is protected because I really don't want to see him die.
I was pissed off at George Bush for a while, man.
The motherfuckers that voted for him.
Oh, there you go. No, ultimately the people that piss me off the most are, the conservative, just the robots in America.
Here's the thing. It's like, when it comes to Democrats and Republicans, and you both know who you are, you both, want the fucking same thing, which is to make this country just like North Korea. Just, it's your fucking wet dream. You come over it, You look at, videos of old North Korea and Kim Jong-il and beat off. I'm sure you guys do. It's like you take, and we could do a whole other show, but we're out of time. I'm just like,
well, no, we actually still have a little bit more time left. We remember we like to go when we're recording a little bit over, just so we have some editing time.
Oh, yeah.
So if we have a couple of, 10 more minutes of fun factoids that we want to throw in and say some shit about, I think we can fit into the show. It's called the Intimidation Hour, but hour, think of it as a loose term.
Like
it can be a couple minutes over. It can be a couple of minutes under. That's okay with us.
We'll just call this our rollover segment.
Yeah, the rollover segment.
Intimidation Happy Hour.
Yes, and it's starting to turn into that, folks. We have literally beer cans everywhere. Some of those, however, and I'm going to take just a second and talk about a little gathering we had last night. Happy birthday, Miss Rachel Grace. It was one of those parties where you wake up in the morning, there's still a couple of people, i.e. remnants of the party, hanging around, hungover, sleeping, and then they leave, and you get up and you start looking around the house, and you start thinking about cleaning your house, and then you start to get this dread feeling because you walk into one room and you're like, Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
And then you walk into another room and you say to yourself, Jesus Christ! And then you walk into another room, Jesus Christ! That happened to us. There's a couple of contributing factors other than the awesome people that were there turning out for Miss Rachel's birthday. We had, in association with the party, most of the members of Play With Fire hanging out with us. We also had we had Hendler Music Productions helping put stuff on in a pretty official yet unofficial manner. All of these people hanging out and doing stuff for the party. It turned out to be a great one, and thank you for everybody that showed up and everybody that wanted to show up.
My favorite part about the day after a party, you find beer cans in places you never thought would be possible, Top of the stairs, man, there's a beer can,
I think the best conclusion to any party would be, like, if you wake up and it's probably about 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning and you're stripped nude.
Oh, shit.
And you're out in the middle of nowhere and you're laying on a bear. And there's blood all around your mouth and you don't know what the fuck happened. And the bear's just laying there motionless.
Shit.
Then you know you had a real Wenatchee night.
Oh, yeah. Haven't had that happen yet. But
Actually, I figure we got about 5 more minutes of recording. I say we talk about crazy party experiences, at least 1 or 2 from each person.
Oh, yeah.
Weird shit that you don't remember how the fuck it happened, or if you do, that's fine if you got a little bit of a story to tell. Mr. Harrington, why don't we do this in a circular manner, and I'll let you go first. Why don't you tell us 2 party stories, and then Mr. Byrd can think on it and reflect with 2 party stories, and I'll do the same.
I remember it was 2008. Yeah, I believe I was 20. Started hanging out with this girl. She invited me over to her house, and she had half-gallon Bacardi and then a half-gallon of some vodka. And we were just gonna fucking tear it up, dude. Started drinking heavily, and it was about 3 or 4 hours in the party that we went to her bedroom and started to get a little crazy, but I had a little bit too much to drink, and the lights went out, So I wake up from the lights being out on top of her, naked, and I look at her and I'm like, "Who are you? Where am I?" And the best part is she's like, "Oh, Tim, don't say that." As she's getting into it, like, "Tim, don't say that. Don't say that." Like, I don't need this shit right now, so I get up, want to go smoke a cigarette, and I put her pants on, go outside, smoke a cigarette, and fuck.
Mr. Harrington is obviously a fairly skinny skinny dude. He can fit in other women's pants.
Oh, man. So that was a pretty fucked up night, and I'm still regretting that. That was a couple years ago, though, but
he likes getting the women's pants. It's okay.
It is alright, yes. Oh, man, another one. Jesus Christ. Well, let's see. There's a recent one, about a month or so. We had a gig in Seattle. We were going to make it a weekend. We had 2 gigs, Saturday and Sunday, where we go play this house party. And something happened where the lights went out fast, and we were supposed to play the next show on Sunday, but I ended up back here in Wenatchee at 3 in the morning. I don't know why we came back, and I woke up on the floor here, and I woke up and like, wait a minute, it's Sunday. We're supposed to play a fucking show in Seattle. Why am I here? And I still don't know why we came back. And I'm like, the fuck? Why did this happen to me? Jesus Christ. Zach Byrd, I want to hear a fucked up party story from you, sir.
I want to hear 2.
2 of them, yes.
Well, I gotta think of one. I gotta think of a few because some would get me in trouble.
Yeah.
No, I have a good one. Way back when I was still living in Moses Lake. My friend Dale and Matt and I think Jeremiah was also present. We were bored, and this was before we could go to the bars. I'm like 19, 20 years old. None of us could go into the bar yet, so Matt's going online, and he's asking like certain people. It's like, is anybody up for drinking? And Matt gets this message back, and from these local other people from Moses Lake. It's like, yeah, we got booze, just like come on over. So we get the address, we get in the car, we get over. And it's people we don't know. Not one person we fucking know. But they have all this booze. And at that point, they had been partying, so they're just kind of fucking just almost out of it. We decide to take it upon ourselves to take over their whole fucking apartment.
Oh, shit.
We put them all in bed, and we drank all their booze.
Fuck.
I puked all over their toilet.
Yes.
All over their bathroom. And we left.
Nice.
And you know, that was one of them. The other one,
fucking raid, man.
the other one is, it was in December. In fact, it was December 7th. That's fucking weird. I remember that. It was out in Moses, and we knew a guy out there that liked to do that had a few demolition derby cars. This is about 1 o'clock at night. We're out in the middle of nowhere. All of a sudden, we decide to take a little joyride in this demolition derby car.
Shit.
We hop in, and it's an old cop car to boot. And it still has, you know, some of the police decals on it, right? There's no lights. There's no seats. There's no windows.
Fuck.
The doors are, you know, welded shut. We all pile in this motherfucker in fucking 10-degree weather, and we start going down the road. And the motherfucker is drunk behind the fucking wheel, too. So we're driving down, we're only using the moonlight at this point.
Fuck.
And we kind of get into a ditch and all that shit. And the driver was like, I don't want to drive anymore. So it's like, anybody sober enough to drive? I was like, well, I am. So I get behind the wheel of it. I start driving back to the house. And around his apartment, he had some old cars around, right? So we pull in. I don't know how we did it because there's no fucking lights. I just know the area. We pull in, and the guy who owns the house says, "You see that truck over there? Yeah? I want you to ram into it."
Oh, shit.
Are you fucking serious? Yeah, dude, just ran into it. It's my old truck. Just fucking ran into it. You're driving a demolition derby car, goddammit. Fucking do it. I do slow down to about 10 miles an hour before I fucking hit the damn car. I hit the people who are like bracing for their lives and shit like that, are just like all of a sudden they, you know, they're pretty much kissing the fucking dash.
Oh, shit.
You know? And I'm like, all of a sudden we get out of the car. About 30 minutes later, we hear this, "What the fuck?" You know?
Oh, man.
"Who fucking ran in my car?
Shit.
Who fucking ran in my car?" And we're just, I'm looking at Dale because Dale was over there. And I'm like, "Fuck, we gotta leave. We gotta leave right fucking now." I was like, "You owe me a fender, you fucking asshole."
Oh, shit.
And he didn't know who I was. Some people distracted him. I got in my fucking car and we fucking got out of there.
Wow.
Like, it was the fucking retard fucking redneck that ran in your fucking car, but I didn't say that because I wanted to be low profile. Get the fuck out of there, you know.
Man, that would be awesome, dude.
Well, gentlemen, all right. I guess it's my turn to throw in a couple of party stories. I'm gonna pay homage to Joe's shop because there was many parties, but I'm not gonna give you the first story out of Joe's shop. I'm actually gonna do one that's a little bit more recent. I was a self-imposed party. I was by myself. This is before I had a roommate. Obviously, I was thinking to myself, I really want to go camping.
Oh, shit.
It'd be a really good idea to go camping. So I took my convertible, which wasn't really running at the time, and I decided, okay, well, I'm going to make it there, transmissions going out, all that kind of stuff. So I spent about 3 hours getting myself up in the bumfuck nowhere, which is probably actually an hour and a half away.
Shit.
And I said, okay, well, I'm here, but I want to get way the fuck out there. So I put on my backpack, which I had, I think I had 3 bottles of Hard A and a bunch of beer in there, plus camping goods
This was at
and
night.
shit like that. Yeah. I started hiking at probably 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I got where I was going at 3 a.m. It was a midnight decision. And then I get out, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to go for it. So I decided to throw the backpack on my back, and I just kept going.
Wow.
And going and going. And I'm one of those crazy motherfuckers that when I get to a certain place, I look over and I see there's another mountain, and I say, I wonder what's over that ridge. And I kept doing that. And there was a lack of sleep for a significant amount of time, but there was not a lack of booze. So I remember daylight coming, and I was still, and at that point I was drunk. And I said to myself, well, I want to keep hiking.
Wow.
So I kept hiking, and I hiked all through the day. Just kept going. And then nighttime came, and I said, I just haven't reached an area where I want to camp yet. So I probably hiked until about 2 o'clock in the morning, again, till I reached finally a location where I felt like I wanted to camp. And at this time, it's been basically constantly sipping on a bottle of something or other. I don't remember what it was at the time. And I said, oh, great, I finally reached a spot. So I of course, am intoxicated at this point, but I managed to get my tent up, kind of. Anyway, I could crawl into it and there was shelter. I couldn't figure out fully how to assemble the tent at that point via my mental state. And I said, oh, great, now I need a fire. I need to make a fire so I can cook something. And so about 2 hours later, I've finally figured out how to get wood and make a fire. By this time, it's about 4 o'clock in the morning, maybe 4:30 in the morning, somewhere in there. And it's not light yet, but you can tell it's going to be soon. And I said, fuck it, I want a fire anyway. So I make a fire. And then I'm sitting there, and I relax for a little bit, and then my mind starts to clear, and I realize that I'm 2 days away from civilization, and I have to work tomorrow.
Oh, shit.
Tomorrow at 2 o'clock p.m. Oh, shit, how the fuck do I get home? Oh, shit, how the fuck do I get home? Oh, shit, I don't have cell phone range.
Start thinking rationally.
Rational thoughts start to kick in. I'm out in the middle of absolutely nowhere, have no way of contacting anybody because my cell phone is out of range, will not work.
Fuck.
I'm sitting here thinking to myself, okay, how the fuck do I get out of this situation? How the fuck am I going to make it home and go to work? I haven't slept yet.
Jesus.
So I'm still up and going, and lucky for me, very, very lucky for me, there was a hiker that morning. It was probably about 7 o'clock in the morning that comes through my camp area, and I'm standing there pretty disheveled and worried looking, and he's like, you all right, man? I kind of explained the situation to him, and he's like, okay, actually, you're about an hour away from where I'm parked.
Whoa.
I can help you out. I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, I've never met this guy, and he has this kind of a weird look in his eyes. So I decide, you know what, fuck it, I got to get to work, and maybe if I get back soon enough, I'll have the chance to sleep for at least 2 or 3 hours, which would be helpful because it's a 12-hour shift that I need to go work. So I decided to pack up my tent, and I followed him back down, luckily, and we got into his car, which was not a car. It was an old bus.
Whoa.
Like, think old school bus, only, remember, like, Into the Wild?
Oh, yeah.
That kind of
bus, yeah.
Yeah, it was in worse condition than that. But it was his home, basically.
Oh, wow.
But it was still mobile. Well, he liked to drive quickly, and so we're flying through it on this bus at Mach fucking 10. Like, I am glued to the back of the fucking bus because there's no seat other than the driver's seat. There's no fucking chairs, no seats, no nothing. Right. It's all been torn out except for the fucking driver's seat.
Right.
I'm glued to the back of the bus, and he yells back, "Where you live, man? Where you live?" And I'm thinking, we can't be getting close to Wenatchee yet. I've only been in this fucking truck for like 20 fucking minutes. And so, I sure enough, I finally am able to look outside after being thrown around the back of this bus, and I realized that we're in fucking Wenatchee, going through Wenatchee at about 50 miles per hour.
Shit.
I'm like seriously afraid for my life at this point in time. And I kind of say, well, why don't you just drop me off? I told him a location that was about 2 blocks from where I actually lived. He was like, cool, man, because I'm thinking, I don't want this motherfucker to know where I actually live. So he drops me off, and I fake going up to this apartment and watching him pull away. I pull out my keys as I'm getting up to the door and watch him pull away. I hold on for a second. I bend down and tie my shoes until I can't hear the bus anymore or see it. And then I walk another 2 blocks to my house. And I get home, and I forgot that I'd had a house guest who didn't know that I was going on the camping trip.
Oh, shit. Shit.
They're like, where the fuck have you been?
I went on an endeavor.
I tell them the story. I'm like, yeah, I got to be to work at 2. I'm like, they're like, do you know what time it is? No, actually, I haven't had a working cell phone in a little while. They're like, it's 1:30.
Oh, fuck.
So I throw myself in the shower. They give me a ride to work. I make it to work on time, but that was a crazy couple of fucking days.
Wow. It's fucking amazing.
I guess for story number 2, which I'll try to hurry up and get through because we are running out of time, I'll just revert back to a generalized, this is how it is at our buddy Joe's shop. Imagine going into a guy's place. It's a shop. It's not his house. It's the shop in back of the house. It's a big shop where there's lots of cool cars and trucks and engine parts laying around. They've got fucking posters everywhere and second level couch upstairs and bands that have come in and play. I used to play there religiously all the time when I was playing. And just shit fucking everywhere in a nice place. Joe was a little bit of a clean freak in some aspects, which was nice for the party situation because it always looked good. However, this particular place was bred to party.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, imagine every crazy thing of every crazy party that you have ever heard of has happened multiple times at this shop. Anywhere from live bands to strippers to barnyard animals. Every
lots of nudity.
Crazy things, lots of nudity. There was a fuck ton of nudity. There was fucking contests to see who was louder.
Shit.
There was people raping other people with guitars. I mean, there was every single possible crazy party experience that you could ever think to have happened at that shop, and 90% of it I was a part of. So that is my little homage to the shop of Joe.
Oh, man.
We called it the coffee can. His dad's name is John. His name is Joe. Joe is coffee. John is the can, going to the can. So we called it the coffee can or the shop.
I think that place is considered our church.
Yeah, that was our proper raising.
I think we did the math, and
we did
30.
We did the math, rough dollar amount over I think 4 years of how much money was spent purely just on beer in that place.
What was it, $34,000?
$34,000 roughly in 4 years was spent just on beer from the best we can do in math. Whoa.
Very rough estimate.
That's just beer. That's excluding hard A. That's excluding food. That's excluding strippers. That's excluding barnyard animals. That's excluding limousines. That's excluding fast food. That's excluding clowns that were there. That's excluding live. I mean, it excludes everything except for beer. So I really don't have one story that I can really zoom in on that. It was just the whole thing. Every possible aspect of that shop, we experienced every kind of party, anything that you could possibly ever experience. So that is my homage to Joe's shop.
And we're all still alive from it.
Yeah. For the most part, we're all still kicking.
Oh, man.
Anyway, I think it's about time that we wrap this shit up. I'm going to leave. I'm going to say good night, folks. You all kick ass. Thank you for giving us a listen. I'm going to give the microphone to Mr. Zach Byrd for his little farewell, and then we'll have Mr. Harrington sign us off.
Sounds good.
Yeah, everybody listening to this, be sure to check out Thrash Wrestling. I should be up there every once in a while. I get up there and just try to tear the house down. Shout out to everybody in Penticton, everybody at Thrash Wrestling, and also check out Crypticon this weekend, which you guys have to get Ronnie Angel on this show too soon.
Oh yeah.
So that's my farewell.
Right on, Zach Byrd. Thank you for coming down all the way from Spokane to fucking be on the Intimidation Hour, man. Really appreciate it. Thank you, folks, for listening in. This is the Intimidation Hour. Special guest, Zach Byrd.
You have